Hello, so today I'm going to show you my favorite and most used tools that will help you complete any DIY project. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off with my tool bags here. So it's always good to have a good set of tool bags. Makes things really easy. Just real quick, I'm going to show you what I got in here. I got a hammer. You need a tape measure. I got a 25-foot Fat Max. Pencil. I got an awl, chisel, multi-screwdriver, does Phillips regular. And on this other side, we got a speed square, nail set. I got a notepad to write my numbers down, measure twice, cut once, and I got a chalk line and a cat's paw. And that's pretty much all you need in tool bags. It'll help you out a lot in your projects. You get some of these. Next, I'm gonna go into all the cordless tools. It's good to have a good assortment of tools, cordless tools. So you got your cordless drills. I got a regular drill and then an impact drill. And put these aside. I'm going to show you the accessories that you want to have. So this is my some of the stuff I have for my impact, and this bit here, it goes into the drill, and then you put basically a socket, a deep socket, and then if you need to impact some kind of lag into a deck or whatever it may be, these come in really handy. I have different sizes. But this, for the quick 1 or 2 bolts, lags, these work out great. And then you want some paddle bits. I have a set of paddle bits here. These are great. Then I have this box here full of drills, drill bits and tips, and just full of a lot of different things. I got a little elbow attachment here, it has an elbow on it. I got like little tiny drill bits, Phillips, just a bunch of magnetic tips. Here's a Phillips that is extended, countersink bits. It's good to have it all in one box like this instead of having like a bunch of little ones like this, because I used to do that back in the days, and you never knew which one to look into. So now I have it pretty much, I put everything in one. I pretty much have everything I need here. If I'm doing a project, I'll be able to get what I need. Multi-tool. Reciprocating saw for demo. Circular saw. These are very handy. You gotta have one of these. I have a few of these. This is my smaller one. This is a good DIY saw to have. I got the good old jigsaw. Cordless one's nice to have. Got a blower, cordless blower. These are really good to have if you get sawdust on yourself, or you need to clean up your table, or clean your tool bags out, or you go on and on. But yeah, these are very, very handy to have. I highly recommend getting one of these. And then an orbital sander. An orbital sander will help you greatly on your projects. Highly recommend this too. It's always good to have a finish gun. I have this pin nailer here. It's a cordless pin nailer. It's a Senko. Very nice. These are really expensive, but these come in very handy. Not, when you don't have a compressor handy, these are mind-blowing. And then this is just a regular finish nailer, 15 gauge. This is a 15 gauge, and this is an 18 gauge pin nailer. And these are paid themselves off over and over and over again. It's amazing to have a cordless finish gun. I can't explain it. You don't have to roll when you need to do something quick. You don't have to carry around an air hose or a compressor, especially inside a finished house. It just makes things very, very easy. And then we got the nail gun. You want one of these if you're going to be doing some framing, deck framing, chicken coops. You go on and on, but yeah, get one of these because you will need one if you're trying to be a professional DIYer. This is what you need. Just makes projects quick and easy. It's always good to have the hook on it. Go in and out. Hook it on a rafter if you're doing some framing. This is cool too. It's nice to have a swivel joint on the end of your air tools here. It's a nice upgrade there. I have this on most of my air tools. So this is a PLS laser. I highly recommend getting a laser, some kind of laser for doing projects, for leveling and stuff like that. PLS is probably the best brand on the market. Very high quality product, made in America. This one does horizontal, vertical. It's an amazing, amazing tool. So you can set the laser on a tripod like a builder's level, and this is the receiver, and basically this beeps when you get to the elevation that the laser's at to level stuff off. Very handy. This is an expensive laser. I think this was like $600 or something. It's a really expensive one, but it has a lot of options. And then it has these mounts. You screw this into the wall or wherever it is, and then the laser, you screw this onto the laser and then you can shoot that way too. It's very handy. I use this a lot. I've lost like 3 or 4 of these because on jobs I'll forget about them after I finish. I'll leave them on a wall. And these things are like $50, believe it or not, this stupid little thing. You have to have one of these. My go-to tool. I could not do my projects without one of these. Just to check your conditions, you have to get one of these. You need a level. You can see in the back here I have an assortment of levels. I prefer getting a very high quality level because you're trying to level something and you get the cheaper levels and they're not accurate. So I use Stabila. It's a German company. They're lifetime guaranteed. Highly recommend getting a Stabila level. If these bubbles get out of whack, they will replace it for free. So another tool I think you need for your DIY projects is a plumb bob. Checks for plumb. So basically you put this on a wall or whatever you need to find plumb on, and so this one you just slide it down, wait till it stops moving, and make a mark, and there's your plumb mark. Very handy to have. This is a nice one. It has a thing on it where you can hit and hammer it into the wall or wherever need be, and it stays on the wall. And then you can go like this, set it on like an upper floor or a bottom plate, and then you can check it this way. It has a magnet on it also. You can attach it to a metal stud if need be. This is a pretty cool plumb bob. Get one of these. This is a stud finder. This is a really cheap stud finder. It's a magnet. Highly recommend one of these. So basically you put it on the wall and it'll find the screw or nail in the wall and it will tell you where the stud is behind the drywall. I don't really recommend getting one of the electronic ones because they work, but they're kind of inaccurate at times if you're not going slow enough. But this will tell you 100% every time where the stud is. Pretty much if it sticks to the wall, that's where the nail or screw is that's going to the stud. So highly recommend getting a magnet stud finder. You want a pry bar. Definitely need a pry bar for doing demo. These come in handy. I have bigger pry bars. I didn't want to get into that, but you definitely need a pry bar. These are key for demo and taking baseboards off and pulling nails, all sorts of stuff. But definitely want to get one of these. So let's talk about squares. So to do your DIY projects, to do pretty much any DIY project, you're going to need some sort of square. So I'm just going to do a quick explanation on different squares. So here's a speed square. This would go in tool bags. A carpenter would have this in their tool bags. Here's a bigger speed square for bigger material. Here's an adjustable speed square. These are very handy. I use these when I'm doing roofs. You just set it at the pitch you need, and then you can set it up, like if you're marking tails, and you can mark it, set it on your tail and do your mark. Or if you are doing multiple cuts of the same pitch, you just set this at your pitch, and then you can put this on there instead of using a speed square and trying to find your angle on every single one. You take this adjustable one and it's set, and then it's the same every time. Want to get one of these. There's this kind of square. I rarely use these. I use them for like finish work and stuff. These are nice to have. Sometimes you might need one of these. And then you got an adjustable speed square, or a bevel square, I'm sorry. This is a bevel square. And basically you can you use this to find angles on projects. Highly recommend getting a bevel square. Then you just twist that thing and you put it back in there, and there you go, there's the square. And then they got a T-square. These are for plywood, cutting plywood, doing long marks. And then there's a framing square up here. Use those for stairs and marking bigger marks on bigger material. But you got to have one of those to do stairs. So if you're doing stairs, you want a framing square. One more here. So these are very handy. So when you're doing demo, or if you're not sure the power is off, this is very handy. You just basically, you turn it on, you press this button here, and it turns on, and then if there's power, you can just tap this on a hot wire, and then this thing turns red, and or you stick it in the hot side of an outlet, and it'll tell you if the wire is hot or not. And so if you're doing some demo and you're not sure if the power's off, or just to double check to make sure, even though you turn the power off, I still use these. When I'm doing demo, I carry these in my bags. So also you want to get an air compressor. They're very handy. You're going to need an air compressor for your nail guns. If you can't afford cordless nail guns and so on. So you're going to need an air compressor to run these. Well, that's all, folks. So these are my favorite tools that I think will help you complete all your DIY projects. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.